Just one moment. Let me get the volume all set up here for us. I don't want to go too loud because this isn't as loud as it's going to go. There we go. Maybe something like that might be alright. Start sooner. I'm bored already looking at the still screen. I'm so sorry, Penny. I'm starting. Are you happy now? I was getting everything set up. My bad. Jeezums. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's... Could be happier. You could be. I'm sorry you're not. Totally my fault. Alright, one moment here. Alright, make TARDIS noise. I don't know. Beep boop, beep, beep boop. I don't watch Doctor Who. I don't know what noises they make. I don't watch anything really. Anyway. So basically what we're doing is we're finishing up chapter 3. I don't know if we finished investigation or not. I don't think we did. But both Taka and Hifumi died. Well, Hifumi died, then wasn't actually really dead, and then died again. And then the second death announcement happened. But we discovered Hifumi's body the first time and the death announcement went off. Unless one of the announcements was for Taka, and the other group discovered it at the same time as we discovered Hifumi. I don't know. Hi, Curtis. How you doing, buddy? Heck, I must have fallen asleep. I was hoping he'd die. He did. He did die. With two giant hammers to the skull. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Yes. So, yeah, they're both here and both dead. Hifumi and Taka are both completely dead. Both killed in 2 different locations and then dragged here somehow. Is he blocking a pathway Snorlax style? No. It looks alright. Oh, we hadn't started the investigation. That's right. We just were chasing them all around the building because the bodies kept getting moved, and then he didn't die, and then he did die. It's weird. Well, clearly there are hammers missing. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as a model? Absolutely. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Why would it be wet? It wasn't used to hit someone, right? Because all the other ones were painted. Spotless hammer has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. That wasn't here before. It's a dolly, it doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kinda awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. It was in the art room before, or in the equipment room before. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Yeah. That's how they moved one of the bodies. Has to be. And look at the wheel. Yeah! There's a bloodstain on it. From Taka's body. Which is what I pointed out earlier, but it wouldn't let me investigate it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? It ran over Taka's blood on the way from moving him to here? Ah, Hifumi. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, from here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury... It could be Sakura. But we don't know that yet. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? Well, he wasn't dead the first time. He could have walked his own ass up here. He could have been... I don't know. I don't know why he'd come up here, but he wasn't dead. Hifumi's glasses have been added to the truth. Yeah, we already know. Okay, fine. And Taka's body. Taka. He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? Yes. And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Yes, that is exactly probably what happened. Otherwise, why would it be there? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things. As a recap for people that weren't here on the last one. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, myself, and Sakura. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up. So we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room, on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? I came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while you, me, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. But he wasn't dead here. Like, he was not dead. Was not dead. 100%. Because he died on the 3rd floor where we are now. Because he gasped his last breath and went, it was this person. Which means he was not dead here. Which makes me think that the body discovery announcement was for Taka upstairs. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at that same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us that she had found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However...
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Nope, we're good for now. And that explains what happened to you guys as well. Hey, Hina.
So,
Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But...
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? It was locked. I tried to get in here too. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why was it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Yes. Anything else I need to look at? I will take that as a... Oh, Byakuya. Almost forgot about you, asshole. Byakuya. Do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone else could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died... Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. He is stupid! Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? He probably figured that if we can't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really it? All there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. Oh, such an asshole. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? I wouldn't, you know... There's only one way in and out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside of the repository. It makes me wonder if that means the person that murdered them, or persons, because it can be two, the person that murdered them was still inside the room. Which technically could still be Hifumi. Could be. He brought himself up there, I think. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. See, here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? Like, I don't think it's Hiro. They are pushing it super hard. That, oh, it's gotta be Hiro. He said Hiro's name. It's gotta be Hiro. Hiro's an idiot. He is an idiot. But they're pushing it so hard that I'm just like, okay, so it's not Hiro then. Because why would it be that easy? It wouldn't. It just would not be that easy. Anyway, the door is designed so it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone is still in here. And they're dead on the floor, probably. There's got to be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are places I already know about. First, the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found, and the equipment room where Taka was found. Yes. So, here's the thing. You know... I have my suspicions. I do have my suspicions, because they've been laying it on real thick. The equipment room is in the physics lab, right? Yes, there's a tarp missing. Oh, hey, Genocide Jack. Hey, how you doing? I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed that I missed such an ultimately rare event. I know. There's a tarp missing from here. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently, too. Yes. Just like these tire tracks. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There's blood on its tire. Yes. Could that blood have come from... Yes. Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should have definitely been possible. Yes, they carried Taka's body, not Hifumi. Hifumi walked his ass up there. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body's in the nurse's office on the 3rd floor. 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. Not to me, I think he walked his ass up there himself. But that... Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Nothing else? Okay, nothing else. Yep. No, I don't want to hear the humming of the machine, please. We're good. Now I need to go down to the 1st floor. I'm gonna make this really easy for myself here. And we're just gonna fast travel to the 1st floor. So here's where Hifumi apparently died the first time. What are you doing here, Celeste? What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. But you were scared of him before. Why are you going around looking for him? What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind now is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. Yep. Something in the trash can. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. Oh? It's too small to be a handkerchief, it's a glasses cleaning cloth. A very anime glasses cleaning cloth, which means Hifumi cleaned off his own glasses. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ugh, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Oh, did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Bean! 2 people died. So... it's very confusing. So, basically what happened... 2 people apparently had died at the same time. Hifumi, the big anime nerd who is very pervy, which thank God he's dead, and Taka, who is the very, you know, strict, like, always on time guy with the white suit and the black spiky hair. Yeah. Both of them died. It's the same 2 as the last episode. I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. Yes, it is important. Yes, Mr. Moral Compass. He's dead. Glasses cleaning cloth. Been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I think that is all for this room. What about the fridge? Or refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Oh, so it's fake blood. It doesn't help me, though. I'm not a vampire. Well, that didn't get added to the truth bullet thing, so maybe it's not important. That. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. Why? You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Huh. Things grow ever more exciting. Huh, what are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye, asshole. Okay. He said go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Oh god, is like Hero just in there, just like tied up or something? Where's Hero's room? Mondo's, Byakuya, Junko, Toko, Celeste, Chihiro, Aoi, Sakura, Leon, Yasuhiro. The door is unlocked? I guess I could go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Feeling despair yet? No. Not really. They are, though. They're feeling all kinds of despair. Thanks to Disbear. Which means you can't really complain if I don't get permission to search the room. Also, hey, Hart, how you doing? Why is the camera why was the camera twitching? Okay. Does anything even look interesting here? Wait, what about the bathroom? Their bathroom doors don't lock, right? I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of, looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo-Justice? And it's in Hero's room. Oh, wait. These blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Yeah, the penmanship to this compared to the penmanship on the note that Byakuya gave us doesn't match up. So it's not his handwriting. These are somebody else's. Probably Hifumi's. Anything else I could look at? Bed? It's a normal bed, pretty much like the one in my room. Nothing? Nothing. Okay, yes. Ah! That pun killed me a little. Yeah, it's alright. I'm pretty sure they make that pun later in the game. If I remember correctly. Makoto, big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second!
Robo-Justice showed up too. Robo-Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. Ran to the second floor as fast as I could. Oh my god. It's just standing up. Kyoko, and...
I mean...
Phew, man, I've had the worst day. Hiro? Hiro?
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be? That's a good question.
Huh?
What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? So somebody stuffed him in the costume. Robo-Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him. I'm positive that is a suspicious individual that attacked me. Uh-huh. Apparently that ridiculous object is Hiro. I'd ask Kyoko for the details if I were you. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well...
There's something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
And?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened, then I woke up and I was here. Hey, Cal. Then how are you alive and enough to type? Alive enough to type? Oh, for beans. Killed me a little thing. Gotcha. Also, hi, Cal. Ah, pink! It is pink time. It is now pink time. I don't care, just do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Best friend of the necromancer. Undead bean! He's a zombie. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Oof, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
How did you know that? How did you know they were in there? Did you put them there? In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's
was
terrible!
Hiro. But he couldn't move. He couldn't even get the suit off. He was stuffed in a locker. How's he gonna do that? Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. What? Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
Maybe a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean... attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who could wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
But Hiro doesn't seem the nerdy type to even put on a costume to begin with. In a huff, Tina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second!
See, I told you it's impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems like this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
But if you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
He's been stuffed in a locker this whole time. How's he gonna have evidence? He doesn't even know people are dead yet. You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Here's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible!
Which is how we know it was him. It's just...
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. That's the thing. He doesn't have a clue. He's dumb, but he wouldn't... You know, he doesn't have any clue. Could someone, like, tell me?
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please?
I did not.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 were the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then...
May as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30% right.
No, it's a computer. The computer cannot smack people in the head with hammers. Which means Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see, that's unfortunate.
Please!
Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us, just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
I know, that note. Nope. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote that all to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Did only one change back? Only one change back. Okay, it's just gonna be pinkish purple in here. It's fine. Even if that's true, okay, yeah, we already did that. After being trapped here so long, even, you know, if it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it. Show us
Just
the
a
note.
second.
Thank you, Hina, for basically saying the same thing that I said at the same time. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No
Looks
way.
like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
You gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, for serious? Yeah, it's too straightforward to... They are trying to frame him. Now then, shall we resume the investigation? There's no time to waste before our class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Bro, Celeste's best girl. I really hope it ain't her. As far as the girls go, I like Toko. Toko and then Hina, who we're looking at. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. No, we don't. Why? Why'd you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Is it really gonna get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, it must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? What? You're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. Okay, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway...
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl at the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway...
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess you should head that way for now. They are... Well, we're on the they're on the second floor. We need to be on the third floor. Third floor. Go up. We're gonna... Oh, red. Like the blood of Hifumi. It is red. Oh, the repository in the art... Wait. Yeah, the art... Yeah, art room. It took me a second because I thought it was the physics lab, but I'm like... No, that's the equipment room. It's in here. It's in the art room. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. The suppository? Oh, suppository? No. Repository. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
Remember that wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Yes, I am. Do you dislike other people that much? No. I'm just oblivious. No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Yeah, and it was about a little after 6 when it stopped working. It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that means the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you, how long were you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. Oh, is that the note given to frickin' Hero? You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Could you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. And Hifumi's body. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move his massive corpse. From the nurse's office on the first floor, where he's discovered, to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was mostly killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office, but when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now, they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that, and why? He did. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did, more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants. So wait,
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. Is it ripped? When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. It is ripped. Oh, look at that! I found a hole, baby! We can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. So that was meant for Taka, probably. Huh. But that's the ripped note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. That's the same thing Hiro said. And he was telling us the truth.
However,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell him it. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. That's true, he did say different. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Yeah, it was in Taka's hand. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Still red, okay. And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. Fair enough.
Hey,
While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand, but if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Okay. So that's all the investigating we're doing. That's all of it.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like
Yep.
the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Okay. Bye-bye, Monokuma.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Oh, God. What the fuck, Cal? Oh, we better get going. Okay. Well, we're at the red doors. Anybody out here? Hello? Is there anybody in there? Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Why are there two of you? He's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope, not multiplication. Just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I'm multiplied. Can you guys tell which one's the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not
crowd.
playing along. Did you know this is why instant coffee was created? Nope. I've never drank coffee before.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey!
When everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, or elevator. I'll see you guys down there. Oh, goodbye.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom. What happens when somebody gets caught? Well, if the wrong person is accused, and the wrong person is basically voted for, and then that wrong person gets to graduate and leave. Everybody else dies. including us. Hydrate! Thank you, Naira. Hi, Naira. If we get the right person, then the person that did the killing, if we select them, they die. And we all get to live.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. I turned your lights red. Yes, I know. I did notice you turned my lights red. You just didn't say hi. Well, I guess you did a hydrate too, and I said hi. I don't know. I don't know why I thought to say hi after the hydrate, but not at the lights. I knew you did the lights. Interesting, so by that description, we have never found the killer. Oh yeah, we have. There have just been multiple murders done by multiple people. Because Mondo killed Chihiro, we found Mondo out, Mondo died. And the first murder, Sakura? Was it? No, not Sakura. What was her name? What was her name? Sayaka. Sayaka. She died. And we found out that it was Leon. So then he got punished. And he died. Whoever killed Hifumi should get a damn medal. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me.
Hey.
The story begins when we get down there. It appeared the culprit had been confirmed. You're too happy about this. The trial will be over in no time. I actually think it is Celeste. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom and begin your arguing.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. So here's the thing. I don't think it's Hiro because they're trying to pin it on him really hard. Like, they are trying so hard to say, it's Hiro. Hey, guys, it's Hiro. It's Hiro. It's too convenient. And I don't think it's Byakuya. I don't think it's Sakura. I think it has to either be... Well, it can't be her. It can't be Toko. Because she was passed out for the majority of it. So it's Kyoko. I don't believe it's Kyoko, but it's either Kyoko, Celeste, or Hina. And the only one that's really been, like, active and, like, kind of making us go places has been Celeste. Like, she's the one that made us run up and down the damn floors, going every which way. And, like, it has to be, in my opinion, it has to be a girl, because either I'm pretty sure Byakuya, Hiro, hell, even Sakura, and I know she's a girl, but she's also got the strength to do it, wouldn't need a cart to bring the body around. And I'm talking about Taka's body, not Hifumi's. Hifumi, I'm pretty sure, walked his plump ass up to the 3rd floor himself. That would also explain her supersonic healing. Exactly. Like, why did the Justice Hammers, why did it kill everybody else but only just injure her? Like, I'm quite sure it all points to Celeste to me. Anyway, we'll find out. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone is aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open. Hey, Rev. How are you? Welcome in. Opening up into a cruel fate. He redesigned the place again. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. The school life is slowly reaching its climax. The fuck was confusing about what? What? What am I missing? Is this... on Discord, oh, it wasn't confusing. It was just... it wasn't confusing about what you said. No, so, where Rev works, she apparently had a customer that sounded like me. And it was just more of a, like, what? Just kind of like a, that's, like, you know, that's a what, like, that's crazy type reaction. But, no, I wasn't confused. You made sense. It's just kind of funny that you had somebody that sounded like me. I can assure you, I have been in my room, this room, for the majority of the day. Yes, I said lol what, like lol what, that's crazy. I just didn't say that's crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that lol what was going to make you angry at me. So without that second part, it seems like you're confused. Rev, I'm always confused. What do you mean? What do you mean? You've played Overcooked with me. What do you mean? You'll know when I'm angry. I would hope not. I don't think I want to see you angry. I want to see all your smiling faces. Believe me, I don't like when I make people angry. It makes my anxiety go out the window. If I've upset anybody, it bothers me greatly. You can ask Bean. Bean's seen it. Anyway, I realized just how few there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. If it makes you feel better, it's pretty difficult to make me angry for real. Good, because I hope to make none of you angry. You wouldn't angry. I've seen you angry, Cow. I lived with you for a year. Ah. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
You really hate me so much, but I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I'd never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yahoo!
I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. I have seen you upset. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. You've not seen me angry, but I'm angry it's not... okay. Well, then I've seen you greatly upset at that point, then. Set skills. I know that I have more now. Increases the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Yep. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during the non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. Yep. Increases damage to the opponent when the statement's destroyed. Yep. Increases bullet capacity. So yes, I have those now. Let's take a look at what truth bullets we have. Monokuma File 3, which basically says the victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's all it says. We got the blue tarp, which was found in the repository under Taka's body. The dolly, which was used in the same room that Taka was found, which was used to drag his body with the tarp to the repository. Hifumi's glasses, they were covered in blood when found in the nurse's office, but by the time he got to the 3rd floor, they were spotless. Spotless hammer. This is the one I don't get. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and had apparently been washed. Why? Door can only be locked. The repository door can only be locked from the inside. It was locked during the search for the body, but was unlocked shortly after. That's what we're talking about, the tire track from the dolly. Glasses cleaning cloth, which is why Hifumi's glasses were cleaned, which I'm pretty sure he cleaned them himself. Hifumi's body disappeared when Celeste and Hina left the nurse's office to use the bathroom. Apparently they weren't gone for more than a minute or two. This is the note that Yasuhiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. Meet in the dining hall is all it says. The handwriting is remarkably neat and clear. These are the blueprints for Robo Justice, which were found in Hiro's room. No one but Hiro could have possibly fit into the costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. Apparently, Hiro received a mysterious note last night, a note that reads, "I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Taka's wristwatch broke with the hands pointing at past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that as of late last night, the watch still worked, which means it must have been broken following the following morning when he was attacked. Taka's lifeless hand was found clutching a small scrap of paper, which was part of the note that Hifumi had hidden on him, which was stuffed down his pants. One edge of it appears to be torn, which was that. The note reads, "I found a hole maybe we could use to escape." Same thing as the previous note, except for it says, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. And of course, there's something to do with the handbook. I don't know what that's going to be used for. So, let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
You two are... I love watching you two just bicker back and forth.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place.
It's not that
and we
quick.
found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
He didn't kill him.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
His door was open, though.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
No. He's not the killer. Celeste's voice is very disorienting. So the message that he left to the dining room one?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
No.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Look at the blueprints. The handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Yeah, that'd be...
No, that's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote,
Yeah.
asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Why would you mention Alter Ego in front of Monokuma?
The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Yeah, because the handwriting's different.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Not easy.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think I've tried to change my handwriting
He's
anyway.
got a point.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
I don't...
He is not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Yep.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Hiro. She does kind of sound like Frieza.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No, Hiro was stuck in that suit the whole time, I'm pretty sure.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice?
Hiro. Yeah,
I got it!
he was in the suit the whole time, but he
Other
couldn't
than
move.
Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Yep.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
He didn't.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Yep, because he couldn't move.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You
Wha-
do have a reason, yes.
Why are you getting so angry, Celeste?
Of course.
I've heard...
But before we get to that,
I recognize Makoto's voice actor. I've heard that voice in other stuff. Maybe. I must have maybe heard his voice in something else, but I can't put my finger on it. It's not one I've heard a lot. I don't know anime, though. No, I don't know anime at all. But voice actors do tend to work on a lot of other things, like not just anime, but also like other cartoons and stuff, which I've watched other cartoons, I just don't watch anime. Think her hair could be used as a slinky? Probably.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Also, voice actors do a lot of video games too, as you can tell.
All things have a proper order.
Occasionally, but not often. Yeah, that's true.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
That's okay, Doki. You're not missing much. Avatar's bad anyways. Oh, you're gonna get this started in my chat now.
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
I'll just leave you two to that in the chat.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Yeah, the tarp and the dolly.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yeah. The tarp.
I got it!
And the dolly. The tarp and the dolly.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room.
And he was on top
And then
of the
we
tarp.
rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
He kind of is winging it, to be honest with you.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Yeah, plus everybody else was running around, so if they saw any blood, they probably could have followed it and found who actually did it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
The dolly!
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Yeah.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Why are you trying to throw us off, Celeste?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes, I saw it.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
It's definitely Celeste, because she's being super sus.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, you're straight up bitch mode now, aren't you? Oh, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Well, maybe I can change her mind. If I could just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Oh, what is the new element? Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been really a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements, but from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. That's a weird key to press reload. Just like locking on, you have to press the tab key and time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the right mouse button and the left mouse button. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Well, I'm not on gentle, so it's alright. We're gonna do a bullet time battle right now already.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
God, I almost lost that.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Yep. The dolly mark on the bloodstain.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
So, what that was is a bullet time battle. So, like, left mouse button... Is it left mouse button? No, right mouse button locks onto the statements that she's talking, and left mouse button shoots them. But I have to do it all within the beat, the tempo that it has. And now they added another feature to where I have to reload bullet for bullet, also doing that on the tempo. It's just one of the little mini games throughout the trial.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
No. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
So you could see the tempo at first before they used the negatime or whatever, where I wasn't able to see the tempo. But not only could you hear the tempo, it does give you a visual, typically, where the little dots will come across the screen, and you could just use that to clarify. But then they use their negatime or whatever it is to hide the tempo, which makes it harder. And I almost lost... Yeah, at the negative, I lost it too. I got lucky, because I was missing all of her statements. I couldn't shoot them because I couldn't find the tempo. Bada bingus. Hey, Shu. How you doing?
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then...
It's a distraction.
What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the
Isn't
killer.
that stage 5 or 6?
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If you look at how the body moved, it would be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. It has to bend over, and you couldn't bend over in the suit. I mean, Bean can clarify. However, I thought it was like 5 or 6.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yup.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Oh, not that?
Shoot!
Well, he couldn't have loaded it on the dolly or wheeled it off because... Okay, fine.
As we know,
Taka was killed, and from there...
Yeah, then loaded it on...
Now,
keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is
There it
bend
is.
over.
No, it's wrong!
Can't bend over in the suit.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Nope.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
Not to mention, you can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Yep.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible! Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Yep.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Can't take off the suit. Had a big clasp on it. You cannot take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. A giant-ass metal clasp. Don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Yep.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit,
That is
correct?
correct.
No, wait. Just a
Oh,
second,
Celeste
if you
again,
please.
huh? Uh-huh.
Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now. Uh-huh.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
It's Celeste. Like, it's gotta be at this point.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Nah.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Yes.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
What are you gonna say, Celeste?
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Oh, I recognize Kyoko's voice too. Okay.
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Yeah, this here. What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then,
Except for we know now that that's a lie, considering that the strange robot man had apparently been in the pool room on the second floor, stuffed in a locker. Yeah. What was that? Of course, it was Hifumi in the nurse's office. Yep.
at that point we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
He wasn't dead.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
But there was only one body discovery announcement, and I think that that's probably when they found Taka, not Hifumi. Because Hifumi wasn't dead. Because he ended up gasping for air when he got upstairs, and he's like, ah, it was Hiro. He wasn't dead.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Yep.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared. Yep.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies.
Yep. She's all sweaty.
And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Yeah, Celeste is doing a lot of stuff in this investigation. Celeste ain't sus. She's pretty sus to me there, bud. I still think it's her.
I think that about covers it.
Yeah, Celeste is sus as fuck.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
She keeps interjecting herself into the conversation, which is
It
not
certainly
something
seems
she's done
to me
before.
that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Okay. Another minigame. Oh, it's just the argument one. Monokuma file 3, so it's probably not the file. I have to probably get one and use it against it.
So, regarding Taka's
Let's see what they
death,
say.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
It was before.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What order? Taka did not come last.
What makes you say that?
Hifumi died.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
No. I don't think they were in order.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
So what order?
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I forgot how to grab them. I think I just have to hold in the button.
So,
Regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Yeah, just to hold it in.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Okay.
after.
So I should still have the numbering. Yeah.
So, regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Bam!
No, it's wrong. Hold on.
Hey, Azzy.
There's no reason to
are
assume
you?
that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
That's correct.
Okay then, let's...
Before Hifumi. Well. Oh, the watch. Yeah, easy. So we gotta spell watch, right? Wristwatch? Yeah, okay. We're looking for an I. Oh, give me an S. Where's an S? Where's an A? I need an A. Boom. C. H.
Now I understand.
Thank you, Naira.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Thank you.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
You did? Imagine if you didn't know how to spell, right? Yeah. Yep. Last night at 10 p.m., he was screaming at us for being late.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Yep.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
I never used watches, so I didn't know it's called a wristwatch. Well, it's a watch that you wear on your wrist. Like, I wear a watch. I wear a, like an Android watch. It's that. That's the watch I wear. I'm gonna put it back on the charger.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Yep.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
That is true.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
With him, at least, we're all safe.
Still think it was Celeste. I'm not reading all this again.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together.
Except Hiro and Kyoko.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Duh.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
Yes.
When his body vanished from the nurse's office,
I think he walked his ass up to the 3rd floor.
Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what
She
if
was.
Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged
Nah, she
Taka's
was
body
passed
out of
out
there
on the floor.
right then.
Me knowing how this game goes makes me cringe. Sorry, Essie.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Nope.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Not to mention, not a damn person outside of maybe Sakura, could have picked his ass up and dragged him from the 1st floor to the 3rd. Ain't happening.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
I don't think it was either of them.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
He wasn't dead. He didn't die until he got up to the 3rd floor room. And then he died there. So he easily could have gotten up and walked his happy ass to the 3rd floor.
And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or 2, though. Yep, so the killer was able to get him in and move Fumi's body in that short amount of time. So here's what I think. Like, he walked out himself. That's why he needed to clean his glasses and why that rag or that anime cloth was in the trash, bloody, because he cleaned the blood off his glasses so he could see where he was going. So how has Makoto avoided any suspicion? Not all suspicion. But he was with people the entire time, so that's probably why.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the 1st floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
She gets it. She knows.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yes. He wasn't dead!
The dead body moved on its own?
Move?
No! Not
Oh,
another
Hiro, shut up.
ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Yup.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Yeah, then how could he just... and then shout out Hiro's name like Hiro did it. Monster kill?
Perhaps he was
Oh, you're
simply
saying
playing dead.
monster kill. Perhaps he was simply playing
That
dead,
it isn't possible.
yeah. Sure it is. Yes. Is it another Hangman's Gambit? Oh, no, okay. It wouldn't be the wristwatch. There's nothing there for that.
Are
So what
you
options do
saying
we
that
got?
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, Without a doubt.
Not true.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
That was Taka's.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Got it. I grabbed the wrong one. Got it. Yeah, no, we heard it twice. One showed
Are you
laughter.
saying that when we first found there's a chance he was at?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Huh? Oh, it's the other way around.
Shoot.
Other way around. Got it.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he...
No.
It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body, and that is...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Ah, damn it, I didn't grab it. I didn't have enough time to grab it.
Are you
Okay,
saying that
keep
when
going.
we first there's a chance he was at...
No.
It Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that
Hifumi's dead body.
and that is...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Got it.
discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually...
Yep.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that
Hifumi's dead body
Boom.
had been found.
It's the other way around. I want to stab them all and live since everyone died. Also, a couple high
Was the
school teens
body
being able to
discovery
figure all this out is
announcement
very
that was
unlikely.
made
Yeah,
really
probably.
intended for Hifumi?
But
Of
it's not.
course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Yes, but you found Taka's body at the same
Maybe.
time.
But that was
Yup.
also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or
Yep.
Taka.
Because you heard one later when Hifumi actually died.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Yep.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy
Uh-oh, you're calling
and
the bear
rolled them
lazy.
together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He
He
said
gets
it's
it.
only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time.
Yes.
Which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Correct.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Yep.
Huh? Later on?
Yep, when they were moved up to the 3rd floor.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yep. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered just after Hifumi came back to life. I mean, I think it was this, right?
I got it!
Yeah.
We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Bodies are discovered after a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like. Press power again. Yep.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Right.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So when
it was
we
Hifumi.
found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
That is
And
correct.
that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Shut up, Celeste.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Oh. Ye of little faith.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Remarks like that is just making me think it's you even more. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it everywhere. It's the freaking... the glasses cloth. Yeah.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
Yes.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yes.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yes.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Bullshit.
No, it's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Yup. And it was Celeste just now arguing against it. Oh, a surprise.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. That. You know, it was all anime, just like Hifumi's stuff. He loves the anime stuff.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yep.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Princess Piggles.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
Hifumi and Byakuya.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses
Oh
clean.
yeah. Jill/Toko also wear glasses.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Yes, he
But
did.
who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
Right.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Yep.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible,
Hey
wouldn't you
Google, lights
say?
blue. Hey Google, lights blue. There we go, back to blue. It's been red for a long time.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Oh, we're going back to red again. Alright, cool. Penny's just like, nah, you stay in red. Oh.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
Yeah.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I guess it would have been Hifumi, I guess.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office,
Oh.
he went to the
Purple.
equipment room and took
Purple.
Taka's body.
I do like purple. It looks blue on camera, but it is purple. Like, hold on. I don't know. It is purple, I promise. It is very purple. Maybe I should make it less blue, more pinkish to make it more purple. I don't know. It does look very blue on camera. Let's check the difference. Hey Google, lights blue. Yeah, now it's more blue in here, but you can't really tell on camera. Hey Google, lights violet. You just can't tell on camera. Hey Google, lights purple. That's more pink. That's magenta. Oh, blue? Okay. Hey Google, lights violet. Yeah, it's purple, but you can't tell on camera. Like, virtually no change. I don't know. Here, let me, now it's magenta. Oh yeah, you're a little bit behind, that's fine. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'll need to change the actual, purple that it is on. So, maybe like that? Something like that. Well, that's like more magenta. That's more purple. That's better. There's purple. There you go.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
Yep.
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Yes.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yep.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be
The
revealed.
note.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Yep. The note.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
I love that Jill's just like, his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
See, then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro.
That's not all that was stuffed in there. It's out of
And that
Hifumi's
person
pants.
could only have been...
That would have been a Taka. Hifumi's pants!
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Because it was at 6 a.m. He was killed shortly thereafter.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack's seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. That scrap of paper! None of those. Maybe the worst wristwatch.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
No.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Bullshit.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
A boom! Broken wristwatch.
No, it's wrong!
Because it was shortly thereafter 6.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Yep.
You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is
where he died.
Taka was killed.
Yes.
I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Hiding it.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
I'm also suspicious of anyone who has genocide in their name. I like Genocide Jill / Toko. It's two separate personalities in one body. It's a little confusing, but I like Genocide Jill. Probably my no, I'd probably go as far as to say it's probably my favorite character in the game.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Okay, Byakuya. I will. The scrap of paper.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it!
Yep.
It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
What I want to know, okay? Is what the hell were they doing searching a dead man's pants? They were investigating is what they were doing. Also, I'm a little loud, I think. They were investigating. They had to check everything. I don't know what I missed or how long I was asleep, but how the heck are we still here? I don't know. How the heck are you still here? We're still in the trial. And we're still here because we looked in his pants. Hey, listen, you gotta check everywhere, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an investigator, but you gotta check everywhere. Rigor more bonus.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
Yep.
Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No, he's not.
Sorry, no.
He's very dead.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yep.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Yep.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
And here's the thing, and I'm sorry, Bean, I know you like Celeste, but if you remember earlier in the game, Hifumi quite liked to get dominated by Celeste, it seemed. He said that he was Celeste's little piggy. And, I'm pretty sure he probably would have done anything that Celeste told him to. Which is probably why he's an accomplice.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Yes, but there was a cleaned off hammer on the wall.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
He's right.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those
Not all the
other
hammers.
rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either
Might
of
want
the
to get that
hammers?
checked out.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
I'm sure you don't.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
None.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Swelling of the brain is pretty deadly. Yeah, I would assume so.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
I know. I know. Hammer. Do I gotta do the Hangman's Gambit? No. Okay, another one of these. Spotless hammer. That's the one. So I don't think I have to grab anything this time.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
None of them.
Whatever it was, there's one
Shut up,
thing we have to
Celeste.
figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its
No.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Is that a real thing?
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No.
And, that's about it.
It's not a Justice Hammer at all. Yeah.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Shoot!
Okay.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing. How was the culprit able? How did nobody witness them care?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make it. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing. The murder weapon had to be one of the And...
I don't get this one.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer? Maybe Justice Hammer.
Wasn't any
Whatever
of
it
them.
was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Get rid of that.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance.
I don't get it.
Shoot!
I don't get this one.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Spotless
Was it
Hammer.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4.
Well, what if there's one thing? How was the culprit able to move around? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
That? I don't get it. It is the washed hammer. I know it is.
Shoot!
Ah!
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it
Spotless
Justice
Hammer.
Hammer 3? Maybe Justice...
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Okay.
No, it's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all.
That wasn't
No,
very clear.
It
but
was something
okay.
completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Yep.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Yep.
Hold on a moment. I still think
are
it's
you
strange
interjecting
to
again?
assume someone was working together with him.
Oh, yeah?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Mm-hmm. But Hifumi would have done anything for you, Celeste. That was my point. Another one of these. Spotless Hammer, don't think it's gonna be that.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Okay.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Not impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Grab that.
based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the assuming
the rule holds true. It is simply
Oh.
impossible.
No, it's wrong.
The color of television? What is that achievement?
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Oh, come on, Makoto, you're not stupid.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
She probably... Well, okay, A, he'll do anything that she says, but B, she probably also promised him half of the money or something.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
Yep.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
He wanted the AI, and she just so happened to have the AI. Plus, Chubby Guy was an enemy to Kaiken Guy. So... Celeste, I don't know if she has the AI. It's never been said who has the AI. But both Hifumi and Taka did want the AI, yes. Oh, maybe that's what she said. Maybe she told him that she knew where... maybe that's how she got him involved. Maybe she said, oh, I know where Alter Ego is. If you follow me, or if you help me, I'll tell you.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Maybe.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems... odd.
Not to me. The effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's... Oh, I know who I'm picking. There you are.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am
Damn
I?
right you are.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder...
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
Are you losing your cool?
that I would go within 10 feet of that
Shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Pardonnez-moi.
Yeah?
Just to be clear, There is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Yep.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Yeah, I know it changed. It definitely changed. What is the only thing Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The paper in his pants? Both of these, really. But yeah, encountering the individual was one.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Hashtag free Celeste.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Yeah, Bean, the adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yep, she saw a shadow going to the second floor.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
And then she said that she saw them running to the
Next,
third floor.
to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
She said, I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
So then Hifumi screamed. Celeste is like, oh, it must have been Hifumi down in the nurse's office. Brought them all down there.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yep. Yep.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Oh, he's got nothing to say now,
On
do
top
you?
of that piercing cry of yours early on.
Yep, that's the one.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing.
Damn, Byakuya, you got this down pat.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Yeah, she was leading the charge on this whole thing.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
Heck, first time I get invested in this story, my favorite girl gets got. Well, she got herself got.
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. They? Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys did. That's true, and I think I caught up on this when she first said it, too. What do you mean, guys? One person died, according to what we were seeing. We hadn't known about Taka yet at that point.
I remember her saying that too. but
Guys, not guy.
I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Right.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Byakuya is just like throwing it right back in her
If you're
face.
really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Uh-huh. Well, Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? I already know. Is this a gambit? No. Okay. Okay, well, I need to grab one because it's not Monokuma file. It's never the Monokuma file.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste?
Those guys! Wait, what? Is it the other way around? Oh my god. Why do they have to do it backwards?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, cool. So I take So Strange and put it on those guys.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here.
There is.
We are going to die.
Just like those guys.
No, that's wrong.
I lose time.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Yep.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall.
Let me guess, she's gonna say, oh, but I heard the announcement. That could have been for Hifumi.
So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste?
Where's the time? Behind your face cam? Were you low? Yeah, it would have been behind my face cam, you're right. And no, there's like 13 minutes or something.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Got a point.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Uh-huh.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw.
Yeah.
Then what about the picture I took?
Well, if we say that Hifumi was involved with this whole thing, then it still could have been the outfit or the costume, and Hifumi could have just posed with it.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yep.
So let's put the suit on.
No.
And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
But Celeste did take the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only
It was
one
staged,
who could
yes.
have possibly fit into that suit.
Yeah, no, he was in the suit. He was
Plus,
probably unconscious.
I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
Uh-huh.
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Nope.
What could you possibly mean by that?
That face gives me a chuckle when she looks down, eyes wide open.
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other
Oh, there's
explanation.
not? No? Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Oh, that got you.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Yep.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd
Yeah,
notice
that
and
one
be
was
suspicious.
easy. Oh, they're dancing? Oh, they're drunk?
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yeah?
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Oh, is it?
Hifumi was dragging him away?
Yeah?
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and
Oh,
allow
damn.
me to educate you.
Okay. Is it bullet time, battle time? No. Another one of these. The blueprints, the message, costume. Ooh, probably the costume.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
The pink text is just there to distract you or to get in your way, so you have to kind of just shoot it away, and you get time for it. But you can see the time up top. It is mostly distracted by me, but it's like 13:56, 106.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
Because the costume, you can't bend over, you can't really bend your knees or arms. You're forced to stand
No.
upright.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Yep.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Wasn't a mistake.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Yep. Oh!
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yep. Oh, getting a little closer, are we?
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro.
Yes.
But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Goddamn, Celeste.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
Yeah.
How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names, didn't he? Yeah.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
I mean, Your name is Celeste. We don't... I mean, wait, she did say Ludenberg, but I don't know.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a
Don't
convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Does it?
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
God damn.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
You're starting to.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Celestia Ludenberg, is that what you're gonna say?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Here comes the bullet time battle. Right? No. Okay. It's another one of these. The message?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have
She's
that
bringing out the
last name,
narcissism. Yeah, she is.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Okay, so it's the no way to contradict me with something else.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't...
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is!
Okay, hold on. It can't be any of the... Like, it can't be... Oh! Oh, I get it! I get it! I get it! I get it!
Hifumi
No,
was
not
trying
that.
to tell us something.
Get rid of that.
He wanted us to know the
E-handbook.
killer's last name.
It tells you their real name.
Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me...
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I got it.
That's it. The handbook.
That's why Kyoko was saying that.
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
Yep.
Monokuma told us
Their real
all
name.
about it before.
Think. Handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Yep. When I saw Yasuhiro's message, I wanted to point out how it had really nice gothic handwriting. I guess that's why. Now, it's not your everyday notebook. It has some of your more uses than that. Yep.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
Yep.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Oh, really?
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed
Okay.
light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
It's time. The closing argument. Alright. So... Hifumi got dragged in here. So this would be 1 a.m. That's close to 5 o'clock right there. That's the ball from one of the other ones. That's the other ball from the other. 1 a.m. He got hit with Justice Hammer... No. Did he get hit with Justice Hammer 2? Watch this just after 6. Oh, does it say just after 6? It looks like it said 5. Oh, I'm looking at it wrong. I got it. It's the way that it's angled. Sorry. My lord, this is really drags on. It does. Fourth recap now, I think. Is it being timed? It is being timed. I have 22 minutes. I think he got... He must have got hit with Justice Hammer 2. Because 4 was used to kill Taka. 3 was used to hit Hifumi. I'm gonna say Justice Hammer 2. They put him in the suit. No, that's the body. Oh, the camera. Duh. I think. I don't know. So Act 3 is when Taka checked his watch. It was 6 a.m. He got killed shortly after 6. He got killed with Justice Hammer 4. Justice Hammer 4. Then we find her shortly after 8 a.m. She took the picture. I don't know what the chips are for, though. I'll check this later. We bring Hifumi to the nurse's office. He has a field day with this. Puts down Justice Hammer 3, because he got hit with Hammer 3. We all find him, including the assailant. Find them both at the same time. This would be where Hifumi pushes him into the other room. Hifumi does his job, acting like a cat for some reason, and is being stupid. Celeste smashes his skull in with the hammer. Okay, so then we're stuck here. But then it would just have to be the backpack for some reason? That doesn't look right to me. Well, let's see what we got wrong, and we'll work from there.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Hifumi.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yes. Yep.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Oh god, I don't have many chances at this. Okay. So then... Hero? But then Justice Hammer 2 is unused. Let's see. Okay, so I think he goes there. Pretty sure that's the camera. It has to be. That has to be the watch. There's no other reason it wouldn't be. Is this Justice Hammer 4, though? Well, he got hit with Justice Hammer 4. So I'm gonna leave that one as is. This one I'm not sure about, because I don't think the backpack has anything to do with it. So Act 4, Celeste, this is at 8 a.m. Celeste took the picture, showed us the picture. A picture of Hifumi being dragged away. So in the library... Is that where we found the hammer too? Because the chips... There's nothing for chips. The backpack doesn't fit here. Potato chips had nothing to do with this whole case. That's a red herring. This is from a previous case. That's from the first case. And the backpack has nothing to do with it. This is Justice Hammer 3, without a doubt, because that was found in the nurse's office. Nothing there. That's where he's pushing the body, so yeah. Alright, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this.
Here's exactly what happened.
Bikini Girl and obvious red herring, yes, because it's from the second
they
case.
convinced someone
the second,
to meet them in the rec room.
Investigation.
Last night at
Not
1
the
in the
third.
morning.
We're on the third now. Okay.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
Yep.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Yes, a red herring.
They did all
Not
this
herring.
just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
A red herring.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Yep, 6 a.m.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room.
With the smaller hammer.
There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1,
Yep.
and the Robo-Justice pictures
And
they
2 was
taken.
a step up from 1.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We
Yep.
fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Yep.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape.
Walked his happy ass little
When we learned his body
floor.
had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
Yep.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Yep.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko Yasuhiro.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Sorry, Bean.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the black?
You moved on quick.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be? Bean's gonna really hate watching this. Good old Taiko Yasuhiro, aka Celeste, is guilty. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who has devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost? Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
And did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. So yes, you were right. She used alter ego. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego? Yes.
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. You're totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
And you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what is stolen. I know who did it.
What? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What? And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for that digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Giraffe, so was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did.
As for me...
He came to my room last night, unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. God damn, Celeste.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. You're cruel. That's horrible. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. That's an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never had imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. Can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I'd never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka's planning to use her to escape. And he's made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka's going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard.
This is unforgivable!
Bastard.
Unforgivable!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
Actually...
Then would you like to join with me? It so just happens I've come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Oh. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. That school is not affiliated with me. I don't think it wants to be affiliated with any of us. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do is make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it.
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I had explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seemed very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No.
that.
He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are
Hmm.
you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along, you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Sorry. Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
Again, sorry. I wanted to get out. Every day was a fresh torture. And you wanna know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for
And it
me,
was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Pink? And together, handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Okay. Once I obtained that, I would create a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life was all about. Okay. You're not getting that anymore. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be
unfortunately,
done.
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Yep, Doki's pink is broke. No, that was pink. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Tell me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. Black and disturbed a piece, and it must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
ready, Bean? You ready for this?
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
There you go, Bean. Burned alive and then run over. It's over. Their third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. She was both. She was burned alive and then hit by a truck. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value in your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
Ugh, oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez, what do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well...
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Also, I see Toko's back to normal and not Genocide Jack. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Are you planning to play part 2, Doki? You're nearing the end, and the ending is very complex. Yes, I do plan to play part 2 eventually. Not directly after part 1, though. But I will play Danganronpa 2 as well. And then 3 after that. Believe me, I fully plan to play it. A good idea. Alright. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You. Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Huh. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Jesus Christ, Hina. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yep.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You're really home.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the whole time.
So...
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second since we have the opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. A romance, let's go. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. Shit, it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Let's find out. It's just a normal storage closet, far as I can tell. There's an outline of a door. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, I would have liked to stream a little longer, or I would like to dream a little longer. Oh, okay. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way onto the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
Okay. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Papers? Just a normal desk with normal drawers? There's a bunch of files in what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. It's the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? Yeah, Kyoko. I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave? That's kind of weird. I could understand it if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. That's this strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? A strange sound rang out through my head. I felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Everything's gone. Oh, apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of school. The further I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there, and after that... As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Oh, damn. Before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? And could it be the mastermind spy is Sakura? We're down to 7. You received the Super Robo Justice present. Yep, we're going to go ahead and save. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here. Because I do not want to move on to Chapter 4 until next time I play. Do I have to buy each chapter? No, it is all in the game. It is not like Bendy and the Ink Machine or like what Poppy Playtime will be. It is all one game. But we are going to stop here. So, therefore, let's see. Let's go ahead and check Twitch and see who exactly is streaming right now. Oh, we're going to send it over to Indigo. Definitely. Otherwise, I would probably said maybe like Cyber or Zacronis, but Indigo's not really on most times that I'm on, I don't think, so... Oh, hey, hi, me. Indigo Radio is playing Hyper Light Drifter. Which, let's go ahead and... Oh, there's an advertisement. I love advertisements. Doki is if you want to rate him. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know about that Doki guy. I really don't... He just doesn't seem very interesting to me. I don't know. I'd rather just rate somebody else. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm sure Indigo's got some content that that Doki guy can't do. Alright, go on, Jersey Mikes. There we go. So, yeah, Indigo is playing Hyper Light Drifter. You too, Curtis. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. Very much so. Oh my god, caps lock. Raid. Indigo. Radio. _ So yeah, again, you all have a absolutely wonderful night. We will continue on with Chapter 4 of Danganronpa at some point in the future, very soon. Yeah, enjoy Indigo, and you all have a wonderful night. Again, I appreciate all of you being here. So, bye!